My brother, my sister, sister was so by. Sister was so by. Was so by now. Yeah, cause it's how I want it. Want it. Kai. Parogo.
Sister was so by day. Sister was so by day. Sister was so by day. Sister was so by day.
Adofonu midi ene akosia mekasa free Canada. Ene me pese ye discuss a very important topic. Na sa topic no akoye Africa phone abibimamu ye yare. There isn't a single day ebi obiti African news and Asavinian news. Na want sa yare no din. Akoya no buzzword means some friends say a state of affairs and as a condition or a syndrome. What illness or crime am I talking about? And only corruption. Now, in fact, since independence, many African countries have struggled with it. We've been actually infected with it. African countries, or Africa as a continent, has become very synonymous with that word. In fact, Transparency International recently reported that in the past year, and also in 2014, 75 million Africans paid bribes, either to access very basic services their governments are supposed to provide, or to get away from police case or from the court system. Essentially, we can pay for our crimes or services, very basic services we are entitled as citizens. We have to pay bribes to access those services. In the last couple of years, it's been reported by Transparency International year after year, except for 2011, of the 10 most corrupt countries around the world. Chronically, 4 to 5 of them have typically been African countries, including Somalia, Libya, Eritrea, and Sudan, and what have you. In fact, another recent survey by Transparency International, when they surveyed 49 African countries, only 8 of the 49 countries in a score corruption perception index of just about 43. Corruption perception index, known as Transparency International, normally rank countries, the corruption level or the status of corruption, on a scale of 0 to 100. 0 being the most corrupt country and 100 being the least corrupt country or the cleanest country. Typically, countries like Canada, Australia, Germany, Singapore, they score around 80. In fact, in one of the most recent surveys, Singapore scored 85. Ghana scored 41. Among 180 countries, when they were ranked based on their corruption level, Ghana at also 78 out of the 180 countries surveyed in terms of Ghana's position in corruption, a ranking. Corruption has been with Ghana since independence, according to Wikipedia. In the last couple of years, many different governments in Ghana have put in legislative measures. Some of the Emiranumaguguho institutions ahodoɔ te sɛ SHRAG, YOCO, police department will be the Mirabinum to the Public Procurement Law, Tax Administration Act, ɛde agugu hɔ to improve corruption. Despite all of these, the situation has not changed. In fact, Many different sources have reported corruption going on across all sectors of government. Na obi koraa bɛbisa sɛ corruption koraa no ɛno koraa so ne deɛ. According to Transparency International, corruption is the abuse of entrusted power for a private gain. It is a dishonest or illegal act of powerful individuals in a country, an unlawful behavior for an unlawful benefit. So, in other words, people are using the public office to benefit at the expense of the people. Transparency International defines corruption in three main ways: grand corruption, political corruption, and petty corruption. Grand corruption is say wawia mine sika na ɔde akɔto baby. Wawia mine sika na ɔde akɔto bank wɔ din mu. Kɔyɛ contract na ɔde bi asi dan ama ho. Wɔ position of power na wawia aban car no bi na wachange de aba wo din mu ana obusuani bi din mu. It is for a private gain. It is unlawfully gained for your private purpose or private benefit. A grand corruption. Uwie sika de call Europe, so they call Dubai, so they call Switzerland. That is grand corruption. You unlawfully took state asset or money into your own private pocket. Political corruption is what distorted policies and institutions, and also what disrupted state agencies normal functioning, and also what manipulated state policies. What you say, in order to retain power and also to divert resources or finances. What you say, in other words, say which may influence state institutions as a court, electoral commission, edigeni, whether in cash, in kind, directly, indirectly, to retain power. That is corruption. Petty corruption. And it's a day-to-day corruption at ECOSO. Public utility services, individuals at all levels. Yɛde what now say a passport. Yɛtua wo car already. Gye sɛ nipa na obedi line mu no, wogye sika free nipa foforɔ na ɔno no abedi obi anim. Anaasɛ deɛ wo demand sika no, the so-called dash, wamfa ama wo a wonyɛ passport no mma no. Anaasɛ aban asɛte fee sɛsɛɛ ne yɛnyɛ. Na watwa ntoro agye bi aka ho anaasɛ wa intimidate nipa no woyɛ national ID wogye sika bi a aban permit ye de to bottom. The police officer wogyina kwan ho is supposed to check for road safety, criminal acts, check for other things a ɛwɔ sɛ ɛboa man no man no kɔ so. Na wogye sika na ɔma nipa no kɔ wama criminal no kɔ ana driver na ɔn maintain ne car no kɔ ana individual no ɔnam ho odi bɔ na ɔma no kɔ. That is corruption. Woyɛ parents Ubani 18 wakɔsɔ ne nsa ato aba sɛ wobɛtumi awie aba no mu. And as our favorite political person would win. That is corruption. But yes, we a public utility officer and a staff member wɔ sɛ ɔkɔhwɛ na nkanea no kɔgye bill no wakɔ manipulate meter anaasɛ waboa maame no ama no ayɛ illegal connection anaa woyɛ aware sɛ wɔyɛ illegal connection. Now ɔne no akyɛ sika bi adi so then they can get away with it. That's money diverted from government into your pocket. That's corruption. Maame no a woyɛ illegal power connection no wɔn nso wɔayɛ corruption. People register n'asase na kyerɛ sɛ wo so wabu no ɛno nso yɛ corruption no bi. Ghana criminal code no criminalize corruption whether wo na wo yɛ anaasɛ wo na woyɛ receiving end no ne nyinaa constitutes corruption. Essentially, it is the willful exploitation of public office and as the use of public office for private gain and as the bribery of public official. Enti sɛ wo a wotuaeɛ sɛ wo a wogyeeɛ no in Ghana mmara kwan so no wabu mmara so. Wote ase just the corruption cost wɔ Ghana ama sɛ another recent survey ɔmo yɛeɛ no of 200 countries ɔmo yɛeɛ no Ghana tɔ so 86 in terms of bribery. In 2017, Ghana also 81 of the 180 countries Yeah, a measure of corruption perception index. No. In fact, multiple sources, say Transparency International, say Global Integrity International, say Wikipedia, all various sources express a corruption equals on various levels of the government. In fact, in a survey conducted by Transparency International, no, more than 30% of businesses reported so much bribes or public procurement. A science report is a contract is often given to individuals and companies that are well connected to public officials. And also, in some cases, contracts are awarded to a single person or individual single source. A few years ago, Shrug, even though Omo investigated former President Mr. Mahama involving a pickup truck at Burkina Faso National Edema Mr. Mahama. And also almost sign who said this particular guy who offered the pickup truck was also given a contract to construct a road. Even though Shrug and finding Mr. Mahama guilty of corruption, no, almost finding said wabu abaya emiraso in that particular arrangement, no. What do you say? In fact, studies bebree say corruption businesses binum so are reported say corruption, there's high levels of bribery and extortion within Ghana's court system, according to Global Integrity and Freedom World. Companies, bebree are reported say they've had to pay bribes even within the court system. In fact, 3/4 of Ghanaians are reported to say there's high levels of corruption in the court system. Ghana. Business executives are reported to say Ghanaian courts are ineffective in settling cases, as well as challenging in Nyoma involving government. A few years ago, the government of Ghana introduced a fast-track system and Kebebwa court no cases be resolved in 6 months. This failed. In 2015, who said investigative journalists reported say a corruption case that involved about 180 judicial officials, including 34 judges, lawyers, state attorneys, and prosecutors, and no resulted in Supreme Court committee, and also a resulted in out of this, 22 circuit court and magistrate court judges became suspended. Alright, another 12 high court judges still under investigation. Cases which involve bribery and corruption and extortion. This is very concerning. In fact, it was an embarrassment and a stain in the Ghanaian system. You reported all over the place. But you see, corruption are reported in public services, tax administration. In fact, 40% of businesses are reported as corruption equals public services. You go register na sase, so kwako chiane permit or kwaje license, they are asked to pay what is called a dash, and as a gift to do services people are paid for. Ebimo etumi tro nipa mmienu din ye de wasi ho se ye adwuma wahye da tro nipa mmienu din baako ye ghost name na wa preventing nua bi from getting hired na wa nipa mmienu akatua. And they are reported corruption tax administration, customs, which is the ports, particularly Tema Port. Businesses have reported incidents of people having to pay bribes and some ni business or yekuran watumia. In fact, a recent survey out of 47 African countries almost survey about Ghana also 19 in terms of corruption. Na corruption will impact bebree. It will economic impact. It will impact our health sector also. It will social impact. It also will environmental impact. What you say? Corruption a man for entrust to government, a man for any miraso, and undermining institutions, no. And many difficult to enforce any law. You say? Corruption, a boa banker in so many ways. Sika anke yɛde bɛyɛ dam, sika yɛde bɛyɛ electricity, sika yɛde bɛyɛ schools no, na kodi individuals be bottom. What you say? Corruption ain't amma nipa entraste obiara wɔ system no mu. Environmental damage ɛsɛ bi ayɛ bɛma obi sika na bi awɔ EPA woyɛ staff na obi bɛ register sɛ wɔsɛ ɔkɔyɛ mining na ɔbɛyɛ ne nhyehyɛe kama no ɔma kakra na wama na bubu environmental regulations so na nsuo ayɛ polluted. In the end, nsuo no yɛ polluted a mercury, arsen ne nyina kogu nsuo no mu. Manfoɔ no ma ɔma start anya kidney disease. Mma ɔmo yɛ exposed na bi mo start ɛwo mmɔfra ɔmo yɛ yarefo ɛnya neurological illnesses ɛnya nervous system issues. Wote aseɛ bohu ne yɛawo yarefo bi bohu ne yɛawo obi na ɔnante respiratory illnesses. Wote aseɛ ɛku amanfoɔ. Corruption ti yɛntumi ɛnya enough money because sika no kɔdi amanfoɔ bɔtɔm so aban ɛntumi nya enough revenue na ɔde ato hospital beds. Wote aseɛ. In fact, according to Wikipedia, Ghana's health sector alone is the second most corrupt in Africa. There were incidents reported by Wikipedia saying there was an incident in Tamale Hospital whereby agents are placed in different government hospitals just to direct patients into private hospitals, Nayama private clinics in Isika, whereby people are even directed to take medicine at different pharmacies, labs, that are owned by people connected to hospital executives or physicians to divert money from government. And the saddest part of it is affecting Nipano health to compromise Yarifon health for a private gain. There was another sad incident whereby Koforidua Hospital, whereby a charitable organization from Syracuse offer free surgery for very poor people, more arthritis. Arthritis is almost like joint pain and I say rheumatology kind of thing. Surgery no more offer Koforidua Hospital according to Wikipedia. No, American organization together with another Ghanaian charitable organization combined to offer no. Hospital staff no eji ayarefo no mo ye poor no sika anywhere between 100 to 6,000 cedis for surgeries that have already been taken care of by a charitable organization. Here is a country where 90%, 72% call themselves Christians and God-fearing. Another 18% are Muslims. Not to talk about an extra 5.3% that are traditional religion. So a country overwhelming majority call themselves Christians. And so they have no empathy. According to available sources, corruption the entire man of being greed, being say ethical sensitivity where your mind negative experiences, yen training ya bringing nankasa negative learning experiences. Yen sense of service, public service in ye kwakosum. Yen ye aware krase adi aye and bim kranya aware sadi omo aye so normal mom so they don't know. Culture ye permit ye condone when poor muska. Ye need transparency. Ye pan or the Asian sumase. We don't like to publish. So they spend it sika. And now obeti yes Bank of Ghana abokasi. Obeti yes football mokobo sika se ni yase no. It goes on everywhere. In fact, another study at Institute of a few years ago, Institute of Economic Affairs, SIA survey, a round table. They made the same or similar report or discovery. So corruption also a police, political system, you name it, court system, everywhere. Institute of Economic Affairs made similar discoveries in terms of what causes greed was also named as one of the reasons. Another discovery Musaye and say when normally a man for in fact, according to Institute of Economic Affairs, ye two gun and yakachiyam correlation be as to whether obeja corruption. In other words, increasing the panakachiano and money corruption. There's no direct correlation. And teachers say abefra ye moja ne ya adwene nyina mu. Enti say te man na ye be da abɔ man no krono. Na ya san so agina ho awie, na ya kofa camera, na ya ba betwa. Na ya bɔ aban no nko a eti so say ɔno no wie sika. whereby me nso meyɛ illegal connection me ma wie mu akɔtwerɛ me ba ɔyɛ underage so that me nipa bɛwɛne yɛnka nokorɛ nti yɛbɛyɛ dɛn na yɛde saa abrabɔ no ne korɔ no a yɛbɔ no everyday no yɛbɛyɛ dɛn na yɛde amaman no ayɛyie sɛ sika ɛwɔ sɛ kɔ aban hɔ na me fa bi na wei fa bi na wei fa bi na aban no kwan bɛn so na ɔde bɛyɛ hospital kwan bɛn so na ɔde bɛyɛ school no wofi ase wotwerɛ din woyɛ ayɛ na ayɛ wotwerɛ din akɔsi aduru hɔ ofiri Canada ɔhwɛ n'anim nanti na ɔbɛma $5 or $20 ana ɔhwɛ n'anim koraa no ofiri Canada nti favoritism na kyerɛ sɛ wama obi abɛdi n'anim that is a form of corruption ɛmmoa saa suban no a yɛde te hɔ no yɛnyae deɛ a ɛnyɛ yie because in fact other people have asserted say corruption is the single most significant factor ɛma Africa for yɛnyɛ yie that keeps us poor ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdi nokorɛ adwuma a yɛde ama yɛ no yɛhwɛ so no yɛyɛ nokorɛ no a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛdi no yɛdi sika no a yɛgye de hyɛ baabi no ɛmma aban no nyɛ sika nyɛ deɛ yɛ the next time wobɛyare it could be you ebi ɛbɛyɛ wo sɛ you don't need a hospital there but yare bi bɛbɔ wo a you may not be able to travel yɛn kanea no yɛpɛ sɛ yɛgyina so ɛwɔ sɛ yɛgya korɔ no no bɔ so aban no bɛnya sika na nipa no a ɔhwɛ so no ɛtumi atua ne ka mfidie no aban no de yɛ no ɔtumi de maintain na nkanea no akɔ so ama yɛ ɛwɔ sɛ metua light bill na aban no ɔwɛtua na wɔtua na bɔɔ no akɔ fam na aban no so anya bi na ɔde maintain na nsuo no awrane garbage bin no sɛ aban de si hɔ a ne yɛama no si hɔ na yɛde nneɛma no ato garbage no mu nti ase aban adwuma yɛtua aka wosɔre anopa na wakɔ adwuma ɛnyɛ sɛ wosɔre yɛ wote fa na wo bible da fa wokan bible nso wotwa ntorɔ woyɛ dishonest you're collecting money a wonyɛ adwuma for that's theft anaa tua ɔka sɛ kɔkyerɛ adeɛ na wogyina hɔ yɛ prayer that is corruption because you're there to work ti saa berɛ no ɔyɛ aban time ɛde tua ɔka no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔde yɛ adwuma because saa sika nketenkete no ɛne yɛyɛ ti aseɛ ɛwɔ sɛ aban ɛstarte ɛma mmara no yɛ adwuma ti aseɛ na cover up so me cover up na we cover up a ɛma aban nya evidence ɛwɔ sɛ ɔde yɛ na ɔde prosecute nipa nti yɛ ankasa no yɛku yɛn ho sɛ yɛnya saa suban no a ɛma man no nyɛ yie yɛnni nokorɛ yɛn collaborate ti aseɛ parliamentarians should step up na ɔmo nyɛ mmara a ɛbɛkyekyere obiara including themselves na yɛstarte di nokorɛ we need to stop covering up for our political affiliates ti aseɛ yɛma me contract bi nti ma mi ama no so and so ɛbaa yɛ ɔde me kɔɔ China nti me nka nokorɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛgyae because ɛyɛ animguaseɛ ti aseɛ yɛsii mu akyɛ ka saa bere nka wɔ sɛ yɛkɔ animu wokyɛ aseɛ yɛnyaeɛ a yɛankasa we're doing a disservice ɛma yɛn ho a ɛma man no nyɛ yie nti yɛn nyinaa ɛwɔ sɛ yɛka bom corruption fight no ɛngyina aban nko aso ɛgyina obiara individual obiara so obiara bɛgyaa ne korɔ no nketenkete na ɔbɔ no na amaman no ayɛ yie na aban anya enough revenue na wɔprovide services a yɛpɛ meda mo ase mede ni akosua
Wow.